He's missed a couple of those, but he's got extremely close to them, and it's probably just the speed that's kept them out.
One.
Needed more angle really to get off the top cushion and back to take the back red to the same pocket.
Eight.
Possible red to middle though.
Neil Robertson, 8.
He normally pots those, not that they're easy. One shot he could play here is pot the red and cannon the black to a better position. Missed the cannon.
Yellow ball. Bingtao, 1.
Right of centre striking to make sure cue ball went past the blue.
Well, I think, well, you can certainly get to the left side of the bunch from this. Don't want to open them up too much. That's a good comeback shot. That's excellent. Okay, not the snooker, but it's a very well directed shot.
Foul. Neil Robertson 4.
Hit that all wrong.
Played with a bit of right-hand side and it pushed it left, hit it thick. I noticed a few times he's not hitting to the centre of the ball, he's using side, and that's very hard to do on these very fine cloths. Pushes the ball in the... Oh, that's a good shot. That's a sign of intent, and I think that's where Neil has to really stamp some authority on this match. He has to make his contributions hurt his opponent, and he'll do that by scoring heavily. And here's a chance.
Six. Seven.
Every possibility that the pace of play will accelerate here. This is pretty much the first obvious break-making opportunity of the match.
$14. $15. $21. $22.
He really wants to shift that red that's just below the black from that angle. That's good. We can pot it now, and everything's open. As Clive says, it's turning into the first real opportunity.
29. $30. 37. $38.
Question of whether that red goes to the left corner.
45.
I think it might just creep past. It's not straight though. Yeah, so if he does play it, he's got to go through reds to get to his next colour. Still 83 on. 7 reds and blacks would, and all the colours would amount to that. Looks like he's shaping up to play a screw shot through, hopefully through a gap. Probably up for the blue, I think. That's well played, actually.
46. $51. $52.
What a time to have a kick when he was within sight of clinching the frame.
Didn't see it jump as much on that angle as that low shot that we saw at the time. You see the little jump from the bed of the table. There have been loads of them, but it's one or two important ones. Joe Perry had one in the decider last night against John Higgins, which didn't cost him the match, but it, at the time stopped him winning it at that visit.
If Robertson hadn't had a kick there, he would have needed only black in addition to leave Jan needing a snooker. Indeed, he would probably have gone on to clear up.
$52. I'm afraid.
It's taken 69 minutes, but the match has reached 1-1.
Welcome back to the Champion of Champions and the Group 4 playoff between Neil Robertson and Yang Bingtao. All level after the opening 2 frames. This is now the third. Commentary from Clive Everton and Neil Folds.
This is already a 5-minute safety duel. But you can't really say, can you, Neil, that there are balls they should have gone for and haven't?
No, it's not much you can do sometimes. You just have to keep on and not allow the situation to get too frustrating because, like you say, the things can change very quickly. It's becoming an attacking match. That was a bad error. Hit it too thick. He's done that a few times, actually, on those shots.
One.
The first pot for 6 minutes.
Six. Seven.
Yes, this is the red to get the
12.
black into action.
$13.
Yes, and maybe to try and move one of the two reds, the left-hand one, to make the other one available, and that one. And just a little flick of them, but it's not absolutely A1.
$20.
Pretty well held.
21. $28. $29.
Didn't catch that quite right.
Yellow. Yeah, Robertson. 29.
maybe, I'm sure, looking at these long reds, the one that is on the right, he did say put a few of those earlier on in the day against Sean Murphy. Not similar to that one. If you can cue those with such confidence, you might as well play them, because it is his strength.
Bramble.
Slightly overcut.
Bingtao, 1.
He's very near with his waistcoat.
1.
But Brendan Moore was in the best position to see whether he was or not.
Six.
Almost a replica. Close again. And Brendan Moore again looking right
7.
on top of the situation there. And he wants to finish high on this next red from when the black's potted, because of course when it respots, it'll cover some of the room to get on the red. It's gone a bit too far, actually.
$40. $50.
Now what? Oh, he can play a snooker guaranteed. But he could knock this blue in and push the red down the cushion and win the frame of his own steam. And that's what he's played. I think it's a nice, encouraging shot, I think, to see Neil play it that way instead of playing anything a little bit more negative.
20.
And this will be frame ball. I think that was good.
21.
And there wasn't all that much pressure on it, because both green and pink were under cushions, and making it pretty unlikely that Jan could have cleared up if Robertson
28.
had missed.
Thank you. 30. Neil Robertson, 30. And the frame.
Neil Robertson dropped the opening frame, but has won the last two to lead by 2 frames to 1.
Welcome back to the Group 4 playoff between Neil Robertson and Yang Bingtao. Robertson has taken the lead for the first time in this one as we pick up the action in the 4th frame.
Has come out safe at least. We've talked of Robertson's ability to grind, but Yang Bingtao is not without that kind of ability either. And here, Robertson has offered him a reasonable chance from middle distance.
Oh, this could be a real opportunity to open up the Reds, so I think he's got to take the risk. I know he's got a small lead. Got to play a shot here. Deserves to be on something. Oh, dearie me. I thought he could have got into it a bit harder, but I have to say he's unlucky to finish where he has.
6.
It does seem as if the balls are conspiring against the players this evening. They play a perfectly okay shot, but the element of luck they also require has all too often
Yang Bingtao,
not helped
6.
them.
Don't know whether he's left a red to the left corner here. I wonder. Just for a second I got a glimpse of one that looked like it might have gone. Oh, Robertson's interested in it as well. So that wasn't a particularly good shot from Yan Bingtao, because he tried nothing with the shot he played and stuck a red, and maybe more.
Eight. Nine. $14. $50.
Need to be high on that black, otherwise you couldn't get onto it. I'm not sure if he's got a cannon in mind. In actual fact, the bottom red pots to the same pocket as he's knocked the black in.
$22. $23. $30.
You'll need certainly part of those two reds, one of them at least of the two reds down that are tied up next to each other. Need one of those with a high value colour.
31.
Whatever he takes before then, he could play the cannon here. It would be delaying the inevitable not to, I think. Not very good. Might still play the red down the rail, but
38.
that cannon went wrong.
39.
That was a better shot than it looked. He didn't roll it in. Hit it with a bit of speed. And they can rattle and stay there. Well, this is the best little period of play, I think, from Robertson.
46.
It's a decent 46, this, from not an easy starter.
.47.
So this is where he clinches a 3-1 lead.
.54. 55. Neil Robertson, 55. Yeah, and the frame.
And that's how Neil Robertson led Yan Bingtao 3-1.
Welcome back to the final match in Group 4 between Neil Robertson and Yang Bingtao. Robertson is starting to apply the pressure, having taken the last 3 frames. This is now the 5th. Commentary from Clive Everton and Neil Foulds.
Very important for Yan Bingtao to win this frame, to restrict his arrears to a single frame, because if Robertson goes 4-1 ahead, it will be like that he's disappearing into the distance.
Foul. Yan Bingtao 4.
Well, if he'd made his intended contact on the red, he probably wouldn't have gone in off. But he really did miss the red by a long way. Wow.
Yeah, I just caught the near jaw. Unfortunately, the pace of it, he couldn't really move too far away from the pocket. I suppose he played it slowly and it was risky. Dead straight it looks, doesn't it? This he managed to just squeeze an angle out, and that actually is a really good shot.
But with the previous shot, I'm assuming that Yan intended it. It was an extraordinary shot to play in a way.
Yes, otherwise play it a bit firmer, I suppose, so it can at least move away from the pocket. He got a little bit better, I mean, as the session went on there, that first 4 frames, did Neil. He started to
8.
get into a bit of a rhythm, but it was only a bit. It really wasn't anything earth-shattering that we saw.
9.
But I don't think he'll worry. It's not really his responsibility at this stage. He's got to get through and be at the weekend where he can win this title, I suppose. Oh dear, no, that is poor. Very poor.
Neil Robertson 9.
Very, very unusual for Robertson to miss a black off the spot like that.
It is unusual, isn't it? And he usually likes that angle where he's high on the black, punching it off the cushion and back up. Most unlike him.
1. Eight. 9.
Would rather have avoided the kiss, so that he would have been on the blue at a slight angle to right middle. And hasn't recovered good position.
12. Thank you. Yang Bingtao, 12.
One thing he'll have to do is to make sure that Reds don't keep going over the hole like that on those safety shots. It probably doesn't happen on whatever tables he practices on back home if they're a little slower and they're not the near replica of these, but when the cloths are so fast, you play a thin safety and you can easily drag a red over a corner pocket if you're not careful. And he'll pay the price for doing that over a period of time.
1. Seven. 8. 50. 60.
Nice angle of that shot, and you can see he
21.
didn't quite get as far as he would hope. The way the course is available, but I don't think he can avoid other reds here in potting it. Nicely controlled though.
$28. 29. 35.
Hit the wrong red
36.
first there, I think, Clive, because the cue ball could never have finished there. It was... now that red, the top one of the three moved first. The cue ball dropped down.
Brown ball.
There always seems to be something going wrong unexpectedly in this match.
Certainly, yeah.
Neil
It's
Robertson,
been very
36.
frustrating, I think, for both players. I guess Robertson's frustrations might be slightly alleviated by the fact that he might go 4-1 up soon. He's only got a lead of 29, but he's starting to dominate the exchanges, albeit still not anywhere near his best and missing a few.
But sometimes the important thing is not how good your best is, but how good is your average performance, or even more to the point, how good is your worst. You can't play to maximum capacity every day.
Well, the pot success suggests that neither player is at their best. Clearly, Robertson 88% is not the worst thing you've ever seen, or 77 is will need to be improved upon if he has to get back into this match. I think Steve Davis would have been the first whose level very rarely dropped below a certain standard, and while we know that he dominated the game in the 80s, he didn't always play out of his skin, but you know, 75% of his game would beat almost everybody still that was around him.
On the other hand, only peak performance really satisfies Ronnie O'Sullivan. Countless times he's played very well by any sensible standard and has come into the media centre completely cheesed off and dissatisfied. A one-man ovation for that safety shot.
One.
Far from ideal on the black though.
Bingtao, 1.
Viewers may be able to hear some music in the background. There is another arena next to the one in which this tournament is being played. It's quite a big arena, this, and there's another one pretty much the same for a different event.
One.
Robertson acknowledges with a wave of the hand that the cross double was unintentional.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Well,
Okay,
I think it's a one cushion escape here, dropping onto the 2 reds, nothing more. Actually went off the 2nd cushion in the end, but it's perfectly okay. But playing at that speed, the downside will always be that Neil should get him somewhere in behind the yellow again, I think.
Just played to the baulk cushion. That attempted pot was contacted much too thin, so this is a chance for Robertson to clinch a 4-1 lead.
1. Seven. 8.
Even before that pink, Bingtao needed a snooker.
14. 15.
So Robertson just makes sure of the last red without any attempted positional heroics.
Neil Robertson, 15 and a frame.
And leads by 4 frames to 1. He's pulling away.
Neil Robertson is just 2 frames away from a place in the semi-finals. For Yang Bingtao, the pressure is on as he chases down that lead, hoping he can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat in the 188-bet Champion of Champions tournament. In 2 days of action, new names have emerged and the established stars of the sport have been sent packing. It's been a roller coaster ride in the Champion of Champions as 16 of the world's very best players battle for a place in the last four. The attention is firmly on Group 4, and the question is whether Neil Robertson can reverse the trend of big names disappearing from the tournament. Bingham, Trump, Higgins and Murphy all out, Robertson has made it through to the playoffs and so far is in control of his match with 15-year-old Yang Bingtao. He leads 4-1 in this best of 11, but here in Coventry, anything can happen. Robertson, the 2010 world champion, needs just 2 frames to secure the win. Yang Bingtao, the 15-year-old World Cup winner from China, needs to take 5 of the last 6 frames. This is the 6th. Commentary from Neil Folds and Clive Everton.
Neil Robertson 3 frames clear as we resume.
One.
Two good shots in a row. The red was well struck and the black got a little bite on that. Took the cue ball back where he wanted it to.
Nine.
Red at the bottom of the bunch will go to the same pocket as the one he's taking this black in. He's asking for the cue ball to be clean. He has had a couple of kicks on run-through shots that might resemble this one.
Seventy.
Well, the angle is there to stun hard into the bunch. Maybe the right-hand red, perhaps. That was the plan. He's actually okay. Reds have not exactly spread right across the table.
24. $25.
And this time, pretty wide target from the blue to go into these. I think a bit of speed is required on this one. Well, he stroked it, but the cue ball part of it you won't like, even though there
30.
appears to be one red on. Mind you, that is a tight one. We'll be banking on knocking that in, especially from there.
Very good recovery.
I thought this dropped a bit slightly down from right to left from there. What do you think, Clive? Tiny bit?
Yes. It looked as if it was drifting into the side cushion, and then it drifted back in again.
I suppose if it's going to go anyway, it probably should just go
36.
the other way. Don't think he knew the roll. I think it just happened to go that way.
Yes, it was difficult to predict really which way it would go. The shot being played against the nap of the cloth. Well, he missed that because he was trying to
Neil Robertson.
manufacture
36.
an angle by sending the red into the pocket off one of the jaws, the top cushion jaw.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can use the pocket all that much on these. They're not easy tables, I don't think, this week. Not too many have been going in along cushions, and the ones that have been in all the way. And I think it's dropped in off the top jaw. If he's clung to the red, he's very close to it. It's a bit unfortunate. Robertson actually looking up at the monitor to see if his opponent has got a shot here. This is tough. Well played. Nicely recovered.
The highest break that Yang Bingtao has made this evening is 30. So it's high time he made something higher than that.
$12. $13. $18. $19. $24. Thank you. 25.
Well, that's not quite far enough. I mean, he's just got to play with a bit of extra care and attention on this shot. Probably got to cannon the two reds, but he mustn't forget to pot this. Well, that's good. Made it look easy, actually.
32. $33. $40.
Needs all four remaining reds if he's to win the frame at this visit.
Thanks. 41. Yan Bingtao, 41.
Very untimely to make a mistake like that.
One. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that was about. He looked to have the right angle to swing the cue ball around there. He's hit it to the far jaw. It was never going to drop. Maybe he just rushed it a bit because he's a 15-year-old. He's, you know, this is another long match, a test of his concentration. We've seen his ability, but to come out and play another match on the same day against someone like Neil over the best of 11 was always going to be a tall order. He's only shown glimpses of the form from this afternoon. Nothing more.
I think it is his concentration that's wilting.
8.
There was no obvious reason why he should have missed that black from its spot. Basic shot.
9.
There would be a reason why Neil will miss this down the cushion, hence the reason he's not playing it. That must be an indication of the way that these tables are, pocket-wise, not very big, because there would have been a period of time a few years ago where you'd have rolled yourself, let yourself on that to roll down the cushion, that shot. Fancied potting the red. Goodness me.
Neil Robertson, 60.
There have been some unexpected misses tonight, Neil.
I don't know what happened there.
One.
I assumed that Jan had played his last shot in this frame, actually. He might have done as well. But now, there's nothing difficult to win the frame.
To pull up to only 4-2 behind when
6.
it looked odds on 5-1.
8.
Brown, blue, pink needed.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to be straight on this. I don't think it's a gimme to get from brown to blue. There's a very slight angle, but he's got to really force this. It makes the shot missable. Not bad. And this actually could be a natural with a bit of speed to go all around the table here, in behind the pink and onto it, into one of the bog pockets.
Yeah.
It's awkward to the middle.
And it's a long way to far corner. But he's got it. First it seemed that Jan had thrown the frame away, then Robertson missed unexpectedly, and Jan has taken the frame on the pink.
The possibility of a fight back is on. Yang Bingtao won the 6th frame, but needs to win 4 of the next 5 to claim a place in the semi-finals of the Champion of Champions.
There's a safety error. We've been going more than 2.5 hours this evening.
1.
Don't think he's on anything.
Bingtao 4.
A lot of speed on the cue ball because he clipped the red so thin. It brought two reds into potting range.
Seven. Eight.
Not sure entirely what he played, whether he tried to just nudge into the red that's below the pink there and stay on the pink to the middle. Disappointing end, that, to a little chance that he had.
Yellow ball.
Yes, I think that's what he was trying to do.
Bingtao 8.
But in failing to do it, progress in this frame continues to be slow.
Foul and a miss.
He's actually been
Bingtao
threatening
4.
to do that for a while. His last safety shot, the red just wavered. And it was over that side of the table as well. So it's not a great shock that he missed them altogether.
One.
Joe Perry awaits the winner of this match at the weekend.
3.
He clearly knows Neil Robertson's game pretty well. They've played a lot, and Robertson would have had the better of those exchanges. There's nothing about Jan, or certainly hasn't played him. Don't see that the standard we've seen tonight should have Joe Perry quaking in his boots at the prospect. I'm not saying it'll be the same at the weekend because it's another day, but he played a lot better and beaten John Higgins last night than the standard
11.
we're seeing tonight.
12. $19. $20.
Meanwhile, Jan is showing some creditable tenacity.
Those two reds below the black to the right of it, he'd love to get in behind one of those and would open things up. That's the route he's gone. It's okay. Well played.
23. 24.
And Neil Robertson thought that he was just going to continue to plug away and it was all going to fall into
32.
his lap. This has proved that it's not going to be enough for him. His game is going to have to raise as well. He's going to have to start to play a lot better. This frame not by any means safe yet, but a very useful
39.
lead. It might be that the break ends here.
Yes, just slid off that cannon to an unfavourable place.
Yang Bingtao, 39.
Robertson hasn't potted a ball for nearly 20 minutes. That was a great way to get out of trouble.
Yes, and we saw that against Sean Murphy a couple of times. He was really in trouble with only a pot and no safety. And it kind of clears the mind, doesn't it, when you know you've got to go for one. You haven't got an alternative. He's the only one of these two playing snooker at the moment. It's only a last frame and a bit.
8.
He's really getting into Robertson. Not playing as well as he
9.
did earlier, but still, you know, showing a bit of verve and a bit sort of joy of youth.
Yes, Yanis has been scoring better the last two frames.
16.
Not with earth-shattering breaks. 41 in the last frame.
70.
39 in this. But he's certainly scoring more fluently. And
24.
Robertson is going to have to pull his socks up if he's to close out this match.
25. $32.
Already well over the winning line.
33.
And gathering confidence and momentum.
$40. 41. $46.
I do quite like the idea that he's the
48.
former world amateur champion, the age of 15. Pretty unlikely to be former anything, isn't it? He's not even the current champion. He won it when he was 14, which has been done before, but
51.
yeah, so to speak, with the way Michael White won a very similar event. But the World Amateur has always been a very prestigious tournament, and
55.
that alone tells you that he can really play.
The World Amateur Championship is in fact going on at the moment in Hurghada in Egypt.
60.
This has been a terrific break from a
66.
cracking long red. Great stuff.
73 on frame.
Breaks of 39 and 73 in that frame from Yang Bingtao. He was 4-1 down but Robertson now leads only 4-3.
Welcome back to the Group 4 playoff between Neil Robertson and Yang Bingtao.
Neil Robertson
Yang
to break.
Bingtao has taken the last 2 frames to narrow the gap to just 1. This is now the 8th Robertson to break. Commentary from Neil Foulds and Clive Everton.
Neil Robertson's commanding 4-1 lead has been reduced to 4-3. No doubt about it, Yang Bingtao has a fresh wind in his sails.
Now is he on that red? It's a bit a tight one, narrow angle as well.
8.
Not sure. That's still not sure actually. That might go. Both sides of it, both angles, in front and behind. It definitely went because he actually hit
8.
more of it than he needed to. So the red in the pack that was in the way, it was more of a distraction than anything else. It wasn't actually stopping him potting it. Missed it to the near jaw, Clive.
Yep.
Very handy plant that was there. And then what's Robertson, what's he got? Because been wilting a bit the last couple of frames. Not that he ever played all that well, but he did lead 4-1.
He badly needs to reassert himself.
8. Nine.
The red at the top of the bunch is potable.
He's screwing back off this, trying to get out up onto the lower value colours
50.
and develop reds. He's done most of that.
$20.
Well, he just goes, this red, past the other one.
The highest break that Robertson's somewhat flat performance has produced this evening is 55. He could do with something substantial here.
21. Yeah. 28. Thank you. 29. $36. 37.
And gradually all these reds are available. I think the right red of the 5, if he got on it correctly, would go as well. He's a left-hander. He could get in behind it from somewhere where he's standing now. And he'd probably move a red or two in the process. Well, that's another alternative, I suppose. Although, I don't know if he can reach it.
42.
Just.
$43.
There were only 5 balls in the cluster, so the odds were heavily
48.
in his favour. Golden chance to clinch the frame at this visit then.
$49. $54. $55. $62. 63.
Frame is safe now.
70. 71.
This has been a lot more like it, actually. It's been woken up from his Slight slumber by an opponent who started knocking in a few balls, and it's made
78.
Neil play, which is a good sign.
$79.
Yes, Robertson has responded to the mounting pressure, having had his 4-1 lead reduced to 4-3.
$86. $87.
Robertson needed to raise his game, and he has.
93. Here Robertson, 93.
He's not bothered about missing the same tree, because the 93 break serves the same purpose. It puts him 2 up with 3 to play at 5-3.
Welcome back to the final match in Group 4 between Neil Robertson and Yang Bingtao. Robertson is now just a frame away from the win as we pick up the action at the start of the 9th.
So if Yang Bingtao is to play Joe Perry in the semi-finals, he has to win the 3 remaining frames. Minimal risk attached to that attempted double. Yang contemplating a plant, which may be makeable. So that's something that Robertson didn't think of when he was selecting his shot.
No, but as you say, it had to be made. It was a really good shot. Play with left-hand side, which is reverse side with screw. Cue ball zipped up the table there.
8. 9. 40. 50. 19. 20.
Well, it's the chance to break the reds perhaps, although pink's just a bit up above from them. Got to hit this full on. Oh, he's played it very
Foul.
well and very unluckily.
Yang Bingtao, 20. Neil Robertson,
Deserved a
5.
better fate, that shot. He hit the pink really square on, and that's why he got the split, but he can't really do a lot about that.
What a cruel game this can be. Played the shot perfectly, and yet all that's happened is that he's given Robertson a match-clinching chance, albeit with a long way to go.
Yes, but of course that the black now pots to the left corner. If he gets on the other red soon, black spot is completely free. So you know, it is a decent chance.
Six. 7. 12.
Poor positional
30.
shot.
Yellow ball. Neil Robertson, 30.
This match has been running just over 3 hours. Wants the cue ball to bounce, and it has sufficiently for him to pot the green. So this is a second match clinching chance.
Yeah, lots of reds go to the left corner here, anywhere over on the right side. He's got choices. He's not played it all that well. He could have been nearer to them.
4.
Plenty of margin for error there. If he'd got closer to the reds or gone beyond them, he had the one above the black. It's given him a bit more to do than would have hoped.
5. 10. 11. 18. 19. 26. 27.
I think it's black, a red and a colour. And after a step up on what he's played like here, it's not really good enough, I don't think, to win the tournament. I'm sure he's
34.
very capable of playing better at the weekend, if he can get over the line here.
$35.
Yang Bingtao has made a very creditable showing. The 15-year-old Chinese beat Sean Murphy this afternoon, and from 4-1 down,
42.
reduced his arrears to 4-3 this evening.
43.
Yes, I think it would be a major shock to me if he didn't go on and become a very, very good player, because all the talent is there. He's as green as grass at the moment with his game, but that's what you'd expect of anyone so young.
48. 50.
Robertson's 4-1 lead was
Here,
reduced
Robertson,
to
50.
4-3. But with two frame clinches at 93 and 50, he won the remaining 2 frames he needed, and so prevails by 6 frames to 3.
So Neil Robertson